Molly from back in Indiana back in the 80s, 70s, 80s. I know your brother John had him at soccer camp, remember him? He was a competitor too, so a lot of fun. So how did it feel to be the only girl on a team of boys?
Well, interestingly enough, I didn't know any different, right? And I do have a story. I do remember some things every once in a while. It's interesting. The reason I ended up playing soccer was because I tried out for Little League. Laura Strable and I tried out for Little League, and they cut us. We didn't make it.
Oh.
And I was traumatized. Girls didn't play sports back then like they do today, right? And so, anyways, I was traumatized, and Bob Glass, then my mom said, well, go play soccer. Go to the Southview or wherever it was, play soccer. So Mike and I, my older brother, who is brilliant, but as my mom says, can't walk and chew gum at the same time, we both went out there and we played soccer, and Bob Glass came up to my mom and said, I'll take her on my team. And that's how I started playing soccer. If I would have made Little League, I probably would have never started playing soccer. But here's why I loved it. I loved it because of Bob and Larry, right? And the whole like community of family, which was, you know, Mrs. McCowan, you. I mean, looking back, you know, it was a family, right? And if there was any bantering back and forth, it was somewhat all in fun. Right, between like when we played Huxley's team, there was always a little bit of bantering back and forth. But in retrospect, when you see what goes on today, right,
it's pretty mild.
It was pretty mild. It was all in fun, and we stayed together from start to finish, all the way. You know, I don't know again how young bantams is that?
Yeah, back then the bantams, intermediate, peewees.
But R&R Steel, I mean, today the kids on these AAU teams, or these club teams or select teams, right, they go from team to team, and it's almost like they're, you know, playing professionally, and they're being bartered from team to team. We stayed together the whole entire time.
Right, back in those days.
Right?
We still have teams that do that.
Yeah.
But yeah, you go U10, U12, U14.
Yeah. I mean, just an incredibly fond memory of childhood soccer, for sure. So.
And back then, you went to St. Margaret Mary, right? Yeah, so my kids did too. Later on, we started a school program in Nina. That was after your time. You were not involved in that.
At Nina High School?
No, in the grade schools.
Oh, the grade schools. Okay. Yeah. So it's interesting. You asked Liz, what you see the difference being these days. So I live in Nevada right now, and I actually have a very, very good friend whose daughter plays on a select team and is just got hurt. She's going to UC Davis to play on scholarship. And then I have two nieces in Milwaukee. One plays on a select team, and the other one is 10. But is on the same club, so she'll be on the elite select team too. They're both really good, so I am actually getting to enjoy watching some girls soccer and women's soccer in my older age. And I will tell you, it's completely different, because when I played with the boys, I remember I was going to go to college, and I could get a scholarship for basketball. There weren't girls' soccer teams many places, but I remember Madison called me and said, would you come here and practice with us? And I had never played with girls before. So I went to Madison, and I spent a day out on the field with those girls, and I thought I was going to get killed, right? The level of physicalness versus finesse was so different between the boys and girls back then. Now I watch these girls play, and I mean, their ball handling skills, their foot speed, their finesse is amazing. It's so different, so different. So
we've come a long way, and we've kind of ruled soccer in the women's soccer world for years, and still do, hopefully. We have a girl on the team now. She lives in Idaho, but played professional soccer for, I think it was Chicago for a while. I'm not sure where she plays now. But she was just picked for the national team to go to Australia.
Nice. And
she's the daughter of Tom Jensen. Tom used to be the track coach.
I remember the name, I remember him. sure.
So they're all pretty proud of that.
Oh, I would
Looking forward to that.
imagine.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's really neat. Well, and, you know, USA Women's Soccer hasn't heard it, right, because they've been very successful.
right.
And, very outspoken.
Yeah,
Trying to-
some of them are, yes.
Yeah, trying to lead the charge not only for the sport, but also for equality in pay and things like that. So I think it's, it's amazing to see.
It's helped everybody, it helps.
It creates awareness, if nothing else,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
For the girls in sports.
Very, very, very proud of them. Yeah, I'm sorry you did not get to play in the competitive high school
Soccer.
teams and that, but you were a trendsetter and got us off the ground, and we're still enjoying the fruits of it.
Like, I played in high school for Harry, I think I played through my junior year.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then I was very serious about playing basketball in college. I was afraid I was gonna get hurt. So my senior year I did not play. But I did play through my junior year, because I remember it was with, you know, Norman Brown and Bobby and Jimmy and all those guys. I remember still having an extremely close-knit, that was my, I mean, I was a girl, they were boys, but those were my people.
Yeah,
Because that's who I knew, you know.
we were all Nina people
Yeah.
and grew up together, yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm so glad that you happened to be in town today. That's awesome. You'll be surprising a lot of people that will.
How is
watch
Peter
this.
doing? How is like?
Peter's